Okie dokie. All right, let's get started. So I wanted to do, well, actually it was requested that I do a call on recruiting and how to get more coaches, how to get more working coaches, how to have more conversations, and share a lot of information on that. And I want to let you all know I'm in the middle of a training right now, and the information that's being provided has been amazing, and I'm going to share it all with you because I feel like it's going to be a game changer for my business. I'm super excited about it. So the first thing that I want to kind of put out there is that if you're on this call or if you're listening to this recording, it's you have an investment in your business. You have a vested interest in this, and that you want your business to grow. So that's an awesome place to start. So with that being said, I'm going to talk to you all as if you are all wanting to grow a big business, because that's where I am. I want to grow a big business. I set my goals really high. If you've not read 10X, I'm not sure who the author is. I'm in the middle of listening to it on Audible, and he is like, set your goals high. If you want to grow your business or whatever goals you have to set them really, really high, and you should be setting them frequently. So I recommend that book. It's Grant Cardone. Right. Yep. That's who it is. Sarah's reading it as well. So, or listening to it, one or the other, but it's really good. It's kind of like kicking in the butt kind of book. So if you're not in that mental space for it, don't listen to it yet. But if you are, then it's definitely a good one for you. Obviously, if you're going to grow your business, you have to hit Success Club every month. It's got to be a no matter what. It's got to be like you will do anything to make it happen kind of thing. It's a benchmark for your business. Yes, there are times that you may miss it. There are top coaches. I don't know if you listen to Monday's wake up call. She shared how she's been Success Club legend like 47 months in a row or something, and she just missed it last month. So it does happen, but it really should be something that you for sure make happen. So I just have to put that out there. And the next thing is you have to add coaches to your network. If you want to grow your business, you need to be adding 2 to 5 coaches at least every month. So I've had months where I've had 6, 7 coaches, and then I've had months that I've been at 0 or 1. So, but your goal should be to hit 6 or between 2 and 5 coaches. Ideally, a coach a week would be fantastic. That would be a great place to start, but you kind of have to see where you're at now. If you haven't recruited a coach yet, that's okay. Obviously your first goal is going to be to get 1 coach. So see where you're at right now, and you just kind of have to go from there. So we're going to talk about how you do that. One of the things you need to be doing is obviously you need to be posting very regularly on your social media. And if you're not on Instagram, you should be. And I have not crossed over to Snapchat. I said since someone I would, but I have not yet. I'm now starting to really use Instagram a lot more, and I feel like I need to master that first. So for me, I'm just speaking for me, Instagram and Facebook, and my Facebook like page is where I'm doing all of my business, all of it. So I really encourage you to, whichever social media site you're using, you need to be posting on it between 3 and 5 times a day. And I like Instagram because you can link it to your Facebook page, which is cool. I have it linked to my business or my like page. So every time that I post on Instagram, it also posts on my fitness page. And then I'll share it onto my personal page. So 4 times a day, there should be something fitness related in there, fitness or nutrition related, something motivational. And then the other 2 posts can be part of your top 5. Those 5 topics that you have identified as part of your brand. So if you haven't identified your brand, it needs to happen. Write it down, put it on your wall. Those are the top 5 things you post about every day. You really shouldn't digress from it too much. I know it's a challenging thing. It's still something that I'm working on. But you want to, when people scroll through your page, you want it to be so that they see you and they're like, or they know you based on the way you post. Like you always post about, like I know Christy posts a lot about teaching. Sarah posts a lot about, like I know you've talked like a lot of life lesson type things with your children. And so the really inspirational things and like that. So like I know when I go to Sarah's page, I know what to expect. So when people go to your page, they should kind of know what to expect from you. Mine is kind of like hot mess mom because that's how I feel. But anyway, enough about that. But so I really encourage you to set a schedule for your posting, you know, really make that a priority. It needs to be clear pictures, a good message, you know, talk the way you talk to your friends too, as well on your social media page, so that when people are reading it, they feel very like, they feel like it's pretty natural, that you're relatable, that you're a real person, that they could come to you. So it needs to be kind of just, you know, type the way you would talk to a person. And then one of the suggestions in the training that I'm in is that you need to be every Tuesday, you should be doing a Transformation Tuesday post. We're talking a before and after of you. Doesn't always have to be like a fitness, like I lost 20 pounds kind of thing, but you can and you should occasionally. But look at all different facets of your life. Like in what ways has Beachbody changed your life? And do a before and after. And you should be doing it regularly. And the reason is, and I know a lot of us, and me included, I've always been like, I don't want to keep putting that in people's faces all the time. But quite frankly, not everyone is seeing it every time. And if you think about it, like, do I know what Stephanie posted last night? No, I don't, because I didn't see it. But do I see a lot of her posts? Sure, I do. I see a lot of her posts. But does that mean that I saw her post on Tuesday night last night? No, I honestly can't say I did. So she needs to be posting it every Tuesday, a transformation, something, you know, switch it up, what area you address. It could be financial transformation. It could be an emotional transformation. It could be a physical transformation. Like for me, locational, like I talked about how I moved, things like that. Every Thursday, you should be doing a Throwback Thursday. Kind of similar in the sense, you know, put a different spin on it, but it should be a similar kind of thing. Every Sunday night should be a coach opportunity post every Sunday night. And the reason that we do it Sunday night is because people are generally relaxing Sunday before work, and they're generally dreading to go back to work on Monday. And with that said, it's like, you know, you're presenting this opportunity for someone. It's a good time for them to kind of reflect on that and see that and potentially get some good prospects that way. So that should be on your cycle every week. It is something that I'm now starting to do, and all the top coaches do it. And I started paying attention to a lot of them because I follow like Anita Myron and Melanie Mitro and oh my gosh, my brain, Amy Silverman. I'll watch them, and I notice they do that. And with that said, if you have a Facebook like page, you should be running an ad on those posts, because people on your fitness page are probably not seeing a lot of your posts because their algorithm is different on your fitness page. It's really weird. Because they want to make money, obviously. So you probably want to run an ad on those ones. You want to target people on those. So run ads on your those pictures, and especially the coach opportunity post. Put a little money in it. It'll be worth it. With that being said, on your coach opportunity post on Sunday nights, some of the suggestions is like really think about your particular audience. When we talk about your brand, the type of person that you're speaking to, because generally speaking, the people that are going to be following you are going to be people that have some similar interests to you. Think about what do they need? Do you have a lot of single moms and, you know, that follow you? Do you have a lot of like busy parents, or, you know, a lot of people that are struggling with making ends meet, those type of things. So you kind of have to target and create your post based off of that. Tell them how you found the solution. Tell your story, how it changed your life. And then be very clear that you would walk them through it step by step. So that's really important. And then, you know, kind of end with like, imagine what life would be like if XYZ. And then you have to do a call to action at the end comment below if you'd like to, and I'd love to share and some information, whatever. So on that coach opportunity post, kind of include all of that information, and that should be every single week, and it will get repetitive, and you might feel like people are going to be annoyed with me, but you know what? If you really want to grow your business, you really have to grow some thick skin. And if people, don't want to watch it, they don't need to look at your post. So who cares? You know what I mean? So it's just kind of one of those things you have to really keep in mind. Okay. Stephanie said, when you do your coach opportunity post, do you have suggestions, as I'm not bringing home big bucks yet, but still want to attract people? Well, we can talk a little bit more about that too, because I think a lot of it is also the conversation. Yeah. About helping others. Christy, I don't know if you watched Monday's call yet, but that one was okay. It's a good one. I'm going to go into the conversation piece is really big, and how you follow up with those people. So the next thing, we're going to talk about how to respond to these posts, like to your posts, because the next day you should be looking up and seeing who liked your posts. I'm talking about Transformation Tuesday, Throwback Thursday, and your coach opportunity post. The next day, go back, look at who liked it. And you're going to those are the people you're going to start targeting. So I'm going to go over, this is through Josh Coates training, and I'm going to kind of read through what he suggested. So for your Throwback Thursday or your Transformation Tuesday, okay, you are going to message, because most people are just going to like your post. Most people do that. A lot of people do not comment. You might get some comments, and that's great too. But most of the time you're going to get likes, and you need to message those likes. And I will be honest, I have not been one of those people that messaged all the likes. So I'm definitely changing that. And so I wrote down what he said, and this is what he said for the likes. Thank you so much for liking my post, and in your own language, obviously. Thank you so much for liking my post. I appreciate it so much when people support my journey and send good vibes my way. Are you on a health journey too? Boom. You just leave it at that. So you send them that message. Okay. If they say no, and this is, something they might say, no, but you're so inspirational. Thanks for, so much for posting all those nice, whatever, blah, 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 blah. If they say no, this is what you would say to them. I know you said that you're not on a fitness journey, or you don't have enough money, or whatever thing that they said, but I would love to get you some help. I don't know if you know this, but I actually run free accountability groups, and would love to have you in my next one. Would you be interested in getting more details? So especially when we're talking about people we don't know, we truly need to be using free groups more often for the people that we don't know, because they don't trust us yet. They don't know us from a hill of beans. So we need to be able to create that relationship. And a lot of that is just like Christy says, he's helping others. You pour in more than you're pulling out. So you're going to pour into a free group with some of these people that we don't know. Okay. Now, obviously, if it's your best friend or whatever, that might be a little bit different. But if you're talking about someone from your fitness page or from Instagram, someone that you don't know, I would encourage doing a free group. Okay. So then they'll say yes or no. Now, the next one, if they said yes to the original thing, yes, I'm on a health journey, I do CrossFit, or I go to the gym and I bike or whatever. And they say whatever. And so your response to them is, that's so awesome. I'm so proud of you for putting yourself first and taking the time to invest in your health. Have you ever considered paying it forward and helping others do the same? So, his suggestion is almost a little bit different than Beachbody has taught us from the start, which is the forming process. He's saying get right to the point, because this is your opportunity right then. And that has always kind of been my question, because I'd always kind of said, are you on your health and fitness journey? Then I'm like, I don't really want to go into the invite process, but he's saying, yes, do that. That's what all the top coaches do. Yes. Yep. That's what we were talking about, doing a coach opportunity post every Sunday evening. Yep. So that would be a way to invite straight to the coaching opportunity. If they already have a fitness journey, they should be someone that you target for to become a coach. And then you can start your conversation, whether we have a whether, you know, you might have a call coming up. I have all those recorded calls. I have them on my YouTube channel. So sometimes I send people a call and I'll just say, hey, you know, do you think you'll have 30 minutes to spare tomorrow to listen to it? I'll follow up with you on Thursday or whatever. And that's kind of how you can do it if we don't have an opportunity coming up. If we don't have a What is Coaching call or a group coming up, that's what I'll do to get people on board. Now, if they like your coach post, you're going to message the likes, okay, just like we did with the other one. Hey, thanks so much for liking my post. I appreciate it so much. Have you ever wondered what I do as a health and fitness coach? Now, what he mentioned, and I think a lot of coaches struggle with this, is like, I get crickets. I don't hear back. And the response is that is normal. All top coaches get it too. 90% of these people are not going to respond back to you. I know it kind of sucks to hear that, but that is the truth. So why are they getting so many coaches? Because they're reaching out to more people. Okay, so if they're like, I reached out to 10 people and only 2 people responded, and I want to get 10 conversations going, oh, I guess I'll have to message 100 people. I'm not saying you need to message 100 people, but you get the picture. Like, if you really want to get that kind of, you know, if you want to get 10 new coaches, you got to be messaging your brains out, because only about 10 to 20% of people are going to be responding. But if you think about it, if you message 10 people every day, 10 times 30 is 300 people. And let's see, 10% of that, that's 30 people you're having a conversation with about coaching, about fitness, whatever it may be. And then you take a percentage of that. Of course, not all of them are going to sign up. You should still have a pretty darn good month, you know, if you sort of look at it from that perspective. And those 10 conversations could be from your likes. Okay. And it can be from those conversations through that. Okay. Now, the other part of this that I wanted to talk about is growing your network, because a lot of people struggle with this. Well, I don't have any more friends to add to my Facebook page. Well, and I've struggled with that too. And the way I had been doing it, and I still am doing this as well, is on my Fitness Like page, I run an ad continuously for more likes. I pay like, what do I pay? Like $3 a day, something like that. So I put in about $100 a month to get new likes, and that's how I grow it. And I have a targeted audience. And so every day, I check who is a new person that likes my page, and then I kind of scroll through and I look at their page. Is it someone I want to be connected with? And then I will send them a message and immediately friend request the ones that I think that I would want to work with. Okay, because I get a lot of kind of goofballs, to be honest with you, kind of people that look a little weird, but I think we all do. So I sift through those and I look at some of the people that I know that I would want to work with. Then I message and then friend request. And then I track that too, because you know, if you're sending out so many friend requests, Facebook will notice it, and then they don't like that so much. So if a week later a person hasn't accepted my friend request, I cancel the request. So you have to use whatever tracking system. I use the Google Sheets right now for my tracking system, so it will pop up on a date. Okay, check to see if they accepted, follow up, form, that kind of thing. Also, the newest thing that I'm doing now is, well, I have been doing it for a while, but this Josh Coates training has helped me develop it a little bit better, is that I'm using Instagram as a way to meet new people. What I was doing is I was going through different hashtags that I'm involved with, like postpartum fitness and parenting and, you know, all the things that I enjoy, wine and coffee, whatever, blah, blah, blah. And I go through those and I look through people and see what kind of person I'd like to follow. And then I'd follow them, and then I'd immediately send them a message saying, hey, I love your page. You're so inspirational. Do you do this for a job, or is this something that you're just doing for yourself? And I leave it at that. And seriously, 90% of the time people will respond. Instagram is just a different animal than Facebook. And I've had so much more success in regards to messaging them than like from my like page. Because on Facebook, people are kind of sometimes get weirded out if they don't know you. Instagram, no one gets weirded out. They're like, cool. They think it's awesome. So with that being said, Josh Coates, he suggested this program called Instagress, and I just looked it up today and I've used it and I've got so many new followers, which is amazing. So Instagress is super simple. What it does is it will follow people for you. You can put like target in people, like someone in health and fitness that you admire, or some, like for example, like I watch The Bachelor, silly, but I'm thinking of people that I know I would probably have a good laugh with. And so I put in like one of the Bachelors. And so basically what happens is that, Instagress will go and follow all those people. And when you follow someone, generally they'll follow you back. And so that's another way to get new conversations going. So I haven't figured out how I'm going to track it all yet, but that's a good way to get new followers on Instagram. And like I said, when you message people on Instagram, the response is so much different. So one of the things he suggested in regards to Instagram, when you have, like I said, a new person to follow that might be in health and fitness or whatever, he suggested what you do is you send them a message and you say, kind of similar to what I said, hey, I love your page. You're so inspirational. That's awesome. Don't bring up the invitation process or anything, but just like, hey, that's awesome. I love following people that are inspirational, blah, blah, blah. Somehow, well, not yet. Hold on a second. And then continue the conversation with them. And then just then say, hey, I'm just curious, do you have a Facebook page? If they say, yeah, obviously connect with them on Facebook, because that's, another social media site that you can be reaching them to. If not, that's okay too. Continue the conversation. But then you're going to want to put somewhere in your tracking system that you're going to be liking and possibly commenting on their posts. Not like a crazy psycho, like don't like every single thing, but like enough where they see your name popping up enough. And then 2 weeks later, that's when you're going to send them another message. And you're going to say something along the lines of this. Hey, so-and-so, I love, love, love your page. I've been following you for a little while now. And they'll know that because they've seen your comments, your likes, or whatever over the last 2 weeks. And you have such great energy, or whatever. Be genuine with whatever you're noticing with them. And I feel a great connection with you. I know this is a weird question, but have you ever considered running a business from your own home? I have a business I run from home where I can inspire others for a living, and I think you would be such an incredible addition to the team. If this sounds crazy, it's cool, no worries. I just wanted to throw it out there and see if you'd be interested. And so put in that last disclaimer just so that people don't feel like you're an icky salesperson. You're just kind of like being real. Like obviously if it's not something you want to do, then, I don't want to pressure you into it. But at the same time, you want to be genuine and real. And I really liked that because a lot of times when you start those initial conversations, it's like, well, we don't have a relationship yet. And a lot of those relationships can be built on commenting on pictures and things like that. Yeah, Christy, I can do that. I haven't typed them out yet. They're all scratched out, but I definitely will because I need to do it for myself anyway. But yeah, watch that Josh Coates training, Christy, or the video on Monday over the weekend or something. But I'm sharing a lot of the information he shared anyway. Anyway, so, and he can, another thing is and that he reiterated is always add value before you ask for value. And that's like a lot of those like compliments, and, you want to pour into them and again, offer those free groups as well. Is a good way to add value to them. So kind of to recap it all, as far as this information goes, you want to be posting 3 to 4 times per day, a fitness, inspiration, and then 2 lifestyle posts. You're going to do a Transformation Tuesday, Throwback Thursday, and Sunday is a coach opportunity post. You're messaging all the likes, and you're messaging obviously the comments as well. With those scripts that I talked about. Then you're also on Instagram, check out Instagress, and there is a video for it, and I can share that in the group of how to do it. So super easy. It will follow people for you, and then that's a good way to starting new conversations on Instagram with perfect strangers who have similarities and similar interests as you. And you start those conversations using these similar scripts. So this is sort of some good ways. And these are what top coaches are doing to build their networks. And these top coaches, to be in the top 10 you literally have to be adding 30 to 40 coaches per month. So they know what they're doing. I have no interest in adding 30 to 40 coaches per month. That's just too much for me, but obviously it's working for them. And this is the formula they use. Many of them use, I shouldn't say all of them. It's spelled INSTAGRESS. So it's got 2 S's on the end. It's great. I love it. I mean, I used it this morning around 11 o'clock, and I have a ton of new followers. I just checked my Instagram because I had volleyball practice, and then I went to curriculum night for my kids, and I came home, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't even know any of these people on my newsfeed. I'm like, awesome. So I need to figure out my tracking system and start reaching out to people. So these are all ways to sort of start new conversations and things like that with new people. The way that I have historically added coaches to my team before all of this information came my way was truly through challenge groups. And I still think that's a good organic way to develop really solid coaches. And I think all of us have done that. And we should still continue to do that because our goal still obviously is to help people reach their health and fitness goals and inspire them to inspire others. So that I have to put that in there because that's still a very good way to bring on quality coaches who, you know, are already products of the product. So when you're running challenge groups, you know, run them in a way that they are coaching within the challenge group and not even realizing it. So, you know, have them post on their page for so many points. Send out prizes. I know some coaches don't like to send out prizes. I do because, first of all, I write it off. It's tax write-off. And second of all, people love prizes. You send them a little $3 gift. Like I bought those nutritional guides. I'll show you right now. I went to Michael's and they were $3. I can't. Fitness and nutrition. And the inside is awesome. Oh, shoot. One of them got wet. Looks like one of the kids probably spilled some on it. But it's really cool. It's got like your goals, like you can write down your nutrition goals, your exercise goals, and then you can a journal and like, I don't know, it's really cool. I got it for $3 at Michael's. And so I'm like, I can send out a $3 gift once a week. I don't think it's a big deal. Obviously you have to pay for postage and stuff. So pour into your challengers. It gets them really to have fun with it. And not that it's all about prizes and stuff, but it just makes it more fun for the group. And yeah, I do get it out right away because if I don't, I'll forget. I'm like one of those people, like I got to get it out within 2 days or I'm, you know, not good with it. So anyway, so continue doing that. I know everyone, at least on our team, does that as far as onboarding their challengers as much as possible. And then the third way, obviously, to bring on new coaches is obviously bring up the discount coaching opportunity. And whether or not you do it right off the bat or, you know, within 3 weeks after they've signed up with a challenge pack is up to you. I used to do it the way 3 weeks in, but I'm kind of tracking back and doing it the original way where I offer it right off the bat and say, you know, if you are, you know, these are your 2 options and the other one doesn't make sense because they're both the same price. Even if 3 weeks in, you're like, I don't want to drink Shakeology anymore, you can cancel either way. But if you continue on, then you're good to go. You know, you're going to get a 25% discount. So I'm now using that right off the bat. When someone's interested in a fitness program in Shakeology, I bring up the discount coaching opportunity right off the bat and just say, hey, you have these 2 options and here's the benefits of the coaching, and the other one it's the same price, and you know. So, but anyway, so that's the other way, obviously, to do that. So discount coaches are great too, because discount coaches can potentially turn into working coaches because they're invested. Obviously, they're invested in Shakeology. They're invested in working out. And, you know, so they're good to have as well. You just kind of have to make sure you check your downline and make sure that they're active and all of that good stuff. And if they're not, make sure you reach out to them. But anyway, so that I think is everything I had for you tonight. I encourage you, if you don't know anything about Facebook ads, to learn about them because they're important. Power Editor is your friend. I find it was I don't think it's easy to learn without watching a training. I'm like, I need like Power Editor for Dummies, and I seriously. And Jesse Regan he was awesome. It was like for dummies. I think it was so step by step. It's an expensive training though, but it paid off, so I use that. So if you don't know anything about ads and you have a like page, that's something to put on your to-do list to learn. But don't overwhelm yourself. So anyway, that's that. Sarah or Christy, Stephanie, you're not in that training, are you? Sarah, do you have anything to add that I missed? Because I know you've been active with that training.
Sorry, I'm so tired.
Oh my gosh.
I
hear you.
I don't think so. I missed part of the call.
That's okay. No, I was just saying if there's anything you remember that. I feel like I hit everything because when I was watching that video, I was like,
He had scripts too already typed up.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I know I need to like transfer them onto my phone and everything. And then I'm going to share it in All Stars. I hope it's not a big deal. I'm going to copy and paste them and share it because I think it's good stuff.
I do too. And like, I know, Carl, you have a like page. And you have quite a few people who want you to join your group. So that it would just be a good example of how to message them if you need that. I don't know if you need that, but I like that he gave an out and you mentioned that.
Yeah, I like that because then it also makes me feel better too, you know?
Right. You don't, because the whole goal is to help people, and we obviously believe in the opportunity. So
yeah,
it's good. I mean, it's a lot of messaging and contacting people, which needs to be done. I'm struggling with it. I'm struggling with working full time and trying to do that at the same time. But that Grant Cardone book is awesome.
It is. Are you reading it or are you listening to it?
I'm listening to it. I listen to it when I get ready in the morning.
Yeah, I listen to it while I'm working out, and it just cracks me up. I mute Sagi because he can't hear me anyway. And I listen to it. He's funny because he's so passionate, and he's just like, get off your ass and do the work.
What was the one chapter he said, don't be a little bitch?
Yes. He goes, yup, I just said that.
I'm like, that was like the whole basis of his chapter. It's good stuff. I like it. There's a lot I could be doing that I'm not. So
yeah, but you know what? Working full time, and I know we have a lot of coaches, and right now I'm in a luxury space right now where I'm not working, but we have a lot of working coaches on our team where you just have to figure out what is most important, and you have to let other things slide. You do. It is what it is, you know? And I think if we can do the most important things, like I like how simplified he made this, and if you can at least like write the scripts out and copy and paste and take a half hour every night, you know what I mean? And get those conversations.
It was nice because my tracking system stinks, but I am doing like last night I messaged 10 people and then 6 potential coaches. So 16 people, and it was like 45 minutes because people were responding, but it is nice because he did simplify it. Yeah, no, you did a good job explaining it. I can't think of anything to add.
Okay, cool. So, I mean, and like I sometimes will do it all in one day. If I miss a day, then I'll just kind of, because you're going to have days, especially if you're working where you're busy, you're tired, whatever, you don't have 45 minutes to spare at night. You can do a big chunk on the weekend or whatever. Just kind of look at your schedule and see what works for you. But anyway, all right. So that's all the information I had for you all. I'm going to stop recording.